Hey fam, what's good? What's good? I hope that you're all well and keeping safe. I hope that you all had an amazing week. I hope that you all had an amazing weekend as well. So in this content, we will be covering a nice actual breakdown on Nasdaq, what I am basically expecting for this up and coming week. Okay, so we're gonna basically start off with our actual monthly time frame over here. As you guys know by now, we did basically box out this area. We did smack our actual area, as you can see over there with this nice candle. Came all the way down, rejected this area, and it was quite clean movement. As you can see with this actual monthly candle over here, we basically move about 1,000 pips towards the downside, 1,100 pips towards the downside. Crazy. Okay, now yes, since we basically had this nice actual rejection on this area over here, hey, this is not telling me that I should be looking for buying opportunities. My overall outlook on Nasdaq is still an actual big continuation move back towards the downside. Okay, but we still do have 18 days and 12 hours for this candle to close. There's still a lot that can happen inside this actual time frame which we have over there. Okay, so scaling down to my actual weekly time frame, let's see what's happening on our actual weekly time frame. Now, looking at structure, right, we can see that we are still bearish in structure. Look at the highs, high, lower high, potential lower high. Okay, looking at the lows, low, lower low, lower low, right? We are currently still bearish in structure when it comes down to our actual weekly time frame. Now, yes, many people will basically have a nice trend line drawn out from this region, just like that. Copy it, copy and clone it, place it on the actual lows. We can see with the highs, we do have a nice actual respect. First touch, second touch. On the lows, first touch, second touch over there. Now, hey, one thing that is basically fiddling with me at this moment with Nasdaq would literally be this, right? Would literally be this. Hey, we are currently still tapping inside an area of support, right? Cool. We are tapping inside an area of support. Cool. Bang. Right? We do have this previous turning point over there as well. If I can box it out just like that, we can see that we basically respected our area of resistance. That's why we basically had a nice actual rally back towards the downside, right? Now, this is basically telling me that, hey, this could potentially be a nice actual double bottom formation as well. Yes, for another potential continuation move towards the upside. But, Nasdaq can easily just have another rally back towards the downside and basically disrespect this nice actual trend line and our actual area of support as well. So how are we basically going to be reactive when it comes down to these actual movements, right? Now, I'm looking at the actual wicks of these candles, right? Looking at the wicks. We have a nice low, higher low, lower low, right? Wick structure. Looking at this wick, high, higher high, lower high, right? Which market consists out of lower highs and lower lows. It is a bear market. Okay, it's a bear market. Now, I am currently still looking for somewhat bear momentum. Okay, now, yes, I'm looking at price basically have to go towards the upside, for potential continuation move towards the downside, like that. Maybe have like a wick thrown towards the upside, and then a body towards the downside. Or, we can basically just have a nice actual rally towards the upside and basically make this an actual double bottom formation. But how are we going to be reactive on this? Okay, scaling down to my actual daily time frame. Let's look at what's happening on our actual daily time frame. Now, on our daily time frame, we can basically see that, hey, if I can remove that and just redo my actual area of support, we can see that, once again, looking at structure, we have this nice high, higher high over there, and we basically have this nice low, higher low to a market giving us a what? A lower low. Bear. We are bearish in structure on our actual daily time frame as well. Now, looking at what we have currently over here, we can see that if I can zoom in a little bit, we can see that, hey, once we basically broke below this actual area of previous support, now turned into resistance. We haven't came back for an actual proper retest inside this region, right? Now, knowing that we basically just created an actual lower low, we know that the market moves in what? Impulses, corrections, impulse, corrections, impulse, corrections, impulse, and corrections, right? Now, we know that a lower low has been created, impulse. So what do we wait for next? The correction, right? We wait for a correction. Now, Diego, when is the correction going to come? When is it going to come? I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know when the correction is going to come. That's not important. The most important thing is to know that, hey, the market moves in impulses and corrections. So when the correction comes, you have to be ready. Okay, you have to be ready. Since we created a lower low, we are expecting some actual correction, right? But keep in mind, we can go down, down, down before having an actual correction as well. Okay, now when will you know when the actual daily time frame will go towards the upside, right? This is where I'm gonna scale down to my actual 4-hourly time frame. Okay, now my 4-hourly time frame, if I can just box out my area, is quite nice, like just like that. Now when will you know your daily time frame is gonna go towards the upside? Okay, when will Diego basically be looking for potential buying opportunities? This would literally be when my structure on my 4-hourly chains from this nice bear market, as you guys can see, right? We do have this nice actual high, lower high. We do have this nice low, lower low, lower low over there, right? So when the structure changed from this nice bear market into an actual bull market, this is when I would know that my daily is now also going towards the upside. Okay, this is when I know that my daily is also going to go towards the upside. Now, can you see these actual turning points which we have over here? I'm gonna find myself having a nice actual trend line thrown out from this region, just like this, just like that, just like that. Looking at the highs as well, we can see that we have nice actual turning points over here as well. So I'm gonna find myself having a nice trend line thrown out from this actual region as well. Okay, now can you see these actual trend lines is also lining up with our actual daily area of previous support turned to resistance. Now I basically use my trend line as well as an actual area where we can find ourselves taking price into. Okay, where we can potentially take price into. Now, let's say for instance, if price is basically gonna change its structure, from this nice bear market to a bull market, I want to wait and see, hey, if we can potentially hit back inside this region over here, right? Are we gonna remain bearish in structure, or are we basically gonna continue having bullish structures? Because if we basically gonna have a continuation in bullish structure, this simply means that on our daily time frame, we're just gonna rally towards the upside. Okay, on our daily time frame, we're just gonna rally towards the upside. Keep in mind, weekly time frame, we are tapping inside an area of support. We are currently traveling inside an actual channel as well. This could be a potential actual double bottom formation for another continuation move towards the upside. So if we basically gonna continue being bullish in structure, this just simply means that my 4-hourly will influence my daily to go up, right? And if my daily time frame is basically showing us that we are going bull, our weekly time frame is gonna go up. And if our weekly time frame is going to go up, our monthly time frame is going up as well. Okay, now when will I know that my 4-hourly time frame is also going to have a rally towards the upside? This is when my 1-hourly time frame is basically going to change the structure from a nice bear market, into a bull market. Okay, so yes, that's literally it from my side. That is my actual breakdown when it comes down to Nasdaq. I am currently just waiting for a change in structure, from this nice actual bear market into a bull market before having any buying opportunities. Okay, before having any buying opportunities. So this area would literally be my playground area. Okay, almost 1,000 pips, almost 1,000 pips. Even if we gonna have to have an actual turning point over here, it's like 550 pips, plus minus 550 pips. That for me is more than enough. Okay, that's more than enough for me. If that's not more than enough for you, hey, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so if you like the sexual content, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that sub button. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do that. It's me, your boy D. I'm out.